why everyone should be focused on detoxing. So why should we be detoxing? Well, for starters, let's talk about the liver. The liver is our primary detox organ. And if our liver is not functioning correctly because it is backed up or sludgy or not filtering our blood properly, then we can run into a host of problems. Hormone problems, blood sugar problems, adrenal problems. There is so many problems that can happen from a backed up, toxic liver. So let's talk about what are the things that really are hard on the liver. Well, number one is a no-brainer, alcohol. There's a reason why alcohol is intoxicating. There's a reason why people die every year from alcohol poisoning. Alcohol is a toxin. Now, in small doses, 1 to 2 glasses of wine or 1 or 2 beers, something like that, you can actually get a positive hormetic stress or a beneficial effect from alcohol. So I don't want to demonize it completely, but alcohol is one of the major toxicants to the liver. What ends up happening is basically when alcohol enters the blood, the body has to shut down the process of glucose and fat metabolization to make sure and get alcohol, sugar alcohols, processed out of the blood. And that's because it is a toxic in excess. So you think about gaining weight. A good way to gain weight is to eat and drink alcohol together. Because basically the body will automatically store a lot of that food as fat and make sure that you burn that alcohol out of the blood first. Another thing that is toxic to the liver is chemicals. Oh, no brainer, right? We are surrounded by more chemicals right now than in any other time in human history. We are breathing brake dust and exhaust fumes, gas fumes. The average woman walks out of the house with 16 different cosmetic products on her. All of those are full of fragrances and parabens and phthalates and all these different toxicants from all these synthetic materials. Not to mention pharmaceuticals. If you are on multiple medications, they can be very, very hard on the liver. So what does the liver actually do, and why does all these toxins matter? Well, the liver actually filters our blood. Every 6 to 10 minutes, depending on how fast your heart is beating, the heart sends blood through its filter, which is the liver. So the liver takes all of the toxins, takes all the different materials, and decides what's it going to do with them. Well, one of the major things it does with fat-soluble toxins is it stores them away in our fat cells. That's because it can't leave them in the blood, because that would be toxic to our organs and the systems that are using that blood. So it has to shuttle them away. Well, studies have actually thought that it's estimated that 30% of obesity could just be toxic fat-soluble toxins stuck in fat cells. So this is why when a lot of people go on fasting or keto or some kind of a weight loss diet, that they will feel really, really horrible as they lose the weight. And that's because they're burning through those fat cells and suddenly those toxins are entering back into the bloodstream. So what are some ways that we can make sure that we're emptying our rain barrel, so to speak? And we're going to talk about a book here in a second that has to do with that rain barrel. But one of the ways is to focus on a detoxing program. And we can do that by doing a little bit of intermittent fasting. That gives the body a chance to clean house, so to speak. My analogy is always, if you're constantly having company over, eating, when do you have time to clean the house? When do you have time to clean up shop? So that's what intermittent fasting does. And I recommend everybody adopt the practice of a 12 and 12. You eat a 12-hour feasting window, and then you have a 12-hour at least fasting window. That's the bare minimum. Shoot for more like 14 to 16 hours every other day. Do a 12, every other day do a 16. These type of things will really clear up the blood sugar issues. They'll really let the liver have a chance to get a rest and also clean up some of the toxic buildup that happens over the years. Another way that we can focus on is the vitamins and minerals that we may be lacking that facilitate detox. One of our major vitamins that we need on a daily basis is vitamin C. This whole virus situation has made people start wanting to do vitamin C all of a sudden, even though we've been talking about it for years. Now they clear it off the shelves. But vitamin C actually is an antioxidant. So anything that creates oxidative damage, vitamin C will quell that oxidative damage. So there's many different ways that vitamins and minerals will actually, B vitamins is extremely important. So if we don't have enough B6 or B12, we cannot create facilitation of liver detox. Glutathione, these are backbones of N-acetylcysteine and some of these vitamins that we need, that we get from a very nutritious plate. And we get it also from, nowadays our food isn't as rich in these vitamins and minerals, so we also get it from supplementation as well. But my point is that if we focus on the phase 1 and phase 2 liver detox precursors, then we can really get some strong detoxification going. If you don't know what phase 1 and phase 2 liver detox is, I invite you to get on Amazon and get this book by Dr. Stephen Cabral, and it's called The Rain Barrel Effect. And the rain barrel effect talks about how almost all disease can be traced back to our rain barrels filling up and spilling over. And when it finally spills over, we have autoimmunity, we have symptoms, we have disease, we have all this other stuff happening. So maybe your whole life you have been doing just fine, and then all of a sudden in your mid-30s or low 40s, now all of a sudden you're running into these issues that you've never had before. That's your rain barrel filling up and then finally spilling over and manifesting into symptoms. So in that book, he talks about phase 1 and phase 2 liver detox. He talks about how to empty your rain barrel, how to do some of these ancient practices that they did on a yearly basis, detoxing the body. So massively important. I cannot speak of it enough. It will make your hormones better because the liver regulates the hormones. It'll make your adrenal function better with adrenaline and cortisol because that process is also affected by how our liver is detoxifying. It will make your blood sugar better, which will help you burn fat better, which will help you burn more visceral and adipose fat, because that's the liver's job, is to figure out how much glucose there is in the body and how much fat we should be burning. I cannot speak enough about the importance of a detox program. Minimize chemical exposure in your cosmetics, your household cleaning products, your cosmetics in the bathroom and in the shower. Cologne and perfume is not necessary, folks. We can use essential oils. We don't have to. These are not necessities. They are luxuries. Then you think about exposure to things that you may work with, painting, hair stuff, cosmetic dyes, these things. Wear gloves, wear protective equipment. It's not that hard, but it can really do a lot of benefit into emptying your rain barrel and really facilitating a good detox program. For more questions on detox and anything I spoke about today, feel free to email me at musclesandveggies.com or leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.